Okay, some of you might already know from my community page, I finally made my first Mario Maker 2 level called the Wave Machine. I'm not super creative when it comes to 2D designs, so I'm more into making kind of complex machinery and stuff like that. I was the same way with Super Mario Bros. X, with the level generator, which I posted several years ago. Anyway, I'll show you guys what this level does, and then try to explain how. So you enter this room and go through several rounds of enemies, which increase in difficulty each time. Each round lasts about 20 seconds and introduces one new enemy to the mix. There are some more details here, so I'll get through those now. Let's start by looking at the spiny shells, which act as our timers. When you enter the room, the first spiny shell fires out of this cannon and hits a switch, which releases the second spiny up here. The second spiny needs to break the blocks in front of these pipes, so we send it up into this maze for a few seconds to make sure that the red blocks have time to turn on. If we didn't do this, the cannon might fire too soon or too late, and lets the spiny pass through into the main room. I guess you could call it a sort of margin for error, which keeps everything in sync. Anyway, this spiny will break the first block, releasing the first pipe, and then destroy itself. As time goes on, more of these pipes will be released from their lock, and more enemies will come into the chamber for each round. The combination of this brick, power block, and red block prevents enemies from spawning unless a new wave is starting. Otherwise, they would just keep filling up the ducts and making a mess like the Goombas. I left the Goombas like this on purpose though, because it means that the more rounds go by, the more Goombas there will be per round. You see, in the first round, the Goombas only have this tiny space to walk around before they exit through this hatch. But once more of the bricks are gone, it means that they'll have more space to walk around, and so by the time a new round starts, there'll be more of them gathered up to drop into the chamber. So if all of that made sense hopefully, let's move on to the end of the level. Once the final round ends, another shell will be sent through to shut everything off. It will first jump up and activate this P-switch by dropping a cannon on it, hit this question block which gives Mario a key, and then destroy itself with his power block. The P-switch will also cause the first shell to be destroyed as it falls through this gap in the ground. Two springs will then be dropped in front of the cannon to stop it from firing a new shell. Finally, the red cannon is activated and gives the player a superstar, since we don't want them dying after the game is over and they can just kind of clear out the room and exit. There are lots of smaller considerations to the design, but that's kinda the general idea of this level. So anyway, if you want to give it a go, here's the level code. And thanks for watching as always. Remember to dislike and report the level, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.